Hello, hi, my name is Sid. I'm from Sid's Wood Shack. This is behind me. It's where I do my wood crafting, woodworking, whatever else I like to fiddle around with. If you're a young person between the ages of, let's say 10, maybe 16, and you have never started a woodcraft project, I'm going to show you how to do it. It's very easy. I'll show you how to set up a wood shop as a young person, maybe some projects that you can do that are very inexpensive, and what basic tools you'll need to get the ball rolling. So come on into my workshop and let's explore it a little bit. Okay? Hello, hi. As we look at another topic in my workshop, this is an introduction video for young people that want to start a wood shop in their home, in their maybe the garage somewhere, maybe in the basement, attic, or even an outbuilding like a small shed. I have a shed here, or a building I had built. It's 12 by 24. It has gambrel roof, so I have storage on both sides with lofts. I have a full workbench here. I've got this beautiful table here I built that has rollers on it, so I can move this workbench around anywhere I want. I can even roll it outside and work on projects when it's a nice day outside. Today it's rather cool, but today I like to look at the idea of what is a pilot hole and when should you use one. Again, this is all introduction. Many of you know this. But there's a lot of young people out there that just have no idea on how to put together and use a wood shop to produce really nice gifts and things that they could use in their home. A year or two back, my pastor, his two sons came over, and before they left, one had a nice beautiful bench, the other had a nice tall bookshelf, all made right here in my shop. It didn't take but just a couple hours, and you could take a piece of wood worth $5 or $6 and transform it into something worth $40 or $50 or $60, and that's what they were doing. So let's look at the idea of a pilot hole. There's been times I've used pilot holes and was very glad. Sometimes I didn't, and I was very sad. So there was a time I should have used them and didn't, but most of the time anymore I like to use pilot holes. So let's take a look together and see what a pilot hole is all about. We're going to lower the camera so I can show you my wood. And I've got my drill here. Basically, a pilot hole is a hole that you drill in a piece of wood before you put the screw in. It's a guide hole. Let's say you want to bolt these two together or screw them together. You drill a hole in the top. That went through both the holes, or both the pieces of wood rather, and then it makes it so much easier to take your screw and put a screw in to hold that together. See that? So I drilled a pilot hole here, again just a guiding hole, you might say, for the screw to go down. Now let me show you what happens to a piece of wood if you don't use a pilot hole. Here's a piece of wood here, piece of pine. There's another piece of pine. Let's say I'm putting this together and I need a screw way toward the end of this piece of board. It would do me good to drill a pilot hole first, but what if I don't? Let's see how it turns out. And then I'll show you on the camera what it looks like. Whoa. Well, there's one problem right there. You don't have a hole to steady it, but we can get it here. Let's see what happens to this. There you go. Whoa, nope. There's a benefit of a pilot hole already. It steadies the hole. Okay, now. Well, that actually looks pretty good. Let's try another one on this one here. Let's say here's a thinner board and you're going to put a screw here Okay, that's the effect I wanted to show you that I did not get with this. I'm surprised that actually went through. But on this, as the screw went through the first piece of board, look, it cracked it. Then it cracked it down here because there was no room for the wood to expand because I did not drill a pilot hole. So pilot holes are very important. And again, what you do is you drill a hole that's somewhat smaller than the screw itself. You don't want to go bigger than the screw. Here she is. And it makes it so much easier to drive this screw in. See that there? That's the way that ought to look right there. No splits. It doesn't split the bottom board either, just like it did here. Let me back this out and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, there you go. Yeah, see that? Busted that board up a little bit. Cracked it to about right down to here. And that's going to be especially true with some hardwood if you're not careful. And then it did put a groove or a break right in here on this other board. I can see it, maybe you can't on the camera. If I hit it with a hammer, I know it'd bust. Let's see if it does it again. I'm going to try another hole way over here. And let's see if it breaks again. So you don't have a pilot hole, you're going to screw this down in there. Okay, let's try it again. There it is. Yeah, see that? That cracked it all the way down. And that's no good at all. Now, let me try to drill a pilot hole right here and see if it breaks it, just as an experiment. Alright, and I'll show you on the camera. There we go. Oh, this ought to be good, I think. So you're putting together a shelf, maybe you're putting together a birdhouse, maybe a napkin holder, maybe you are interested in building a butterfly house, which I've done. Let's see, pilot hole, no pilot hole, pilot hole, no pilot hole. See the difference? That cracked every bit of 6 or 7 inches. That stayed steady and you don't have any problem with that wood. Anyway, so you might want to experiment with it and make sure how to do it. But again, this is a small presentation. Thanks for joining me, and may all your wood be true. Okay, just in case you didn't see that too well, on these pilot holes, this screw was put in, it did not have a pilot hole, and it cracked the wood all the way to right here. That's every bit of 6-7 inches. That one I drilled a hole and look, perfect, clean, no breaks. Here's another one I did. It was at the very end, very narrow piece of wood. See that? You can see how big my finger is compared to that wood. I drilled a pilot hole, no splits at all. Perfect piece of wood that would adhere very well. So and then finally, here's another one I did with a pilot hole, and you can see how clean that looks as well. But you want to avoid this, and you want to go for that.